Thank you. Yes, it is bright out here. You can't see anybody. I'd like to share my story and a message and an invitation. As many of you can relate, I've been dealing with the physical and emotional roller coaster of coping with MS for almost 40 years, and this journey of mine has decimated my body and at times made my spirit bleed. Just at the turn of the century, which sounds kind of old, but just not that long ago, I was coming out of the depths of despair and depression and acknowledged the fact that I wasn't doing a very good job of taking care of myself. I was overweight and out of shape, and I was not practicing what I preached as a physical therapist and as a volunteer with the MS Society. To paraphrase an old saying, I was a physical therapist who treats himself as a fool for a patient. I realized that I needed to do something, and I explored the resources of my healthcare provider, Mayo Clinic, hooked up with a physical therapist who started me on a program of exercise. In the year 2002, ironically, the MS Society Minnesota chapter announced that we were going to host a 50-mile challenge walk, which is a fundraiser. You have to raise a minimum of $1,500 to participate, and you have to walk 50 miles over 3 days. It was very intriguing to me, but I realized I can't even walk 50 feet. So I again explored my resources, and fortunately the MS Society has Scott Algren, who was able to procure for me a hand cycle. And a hand cycle is basically a tricycle that you propel with your arms. So that spring of 2002, I started training and raising funds and completed the 2002 walk totally exhausted. I had to take 3 days off of work, but I was inspired by the process and I was determined to do it again. So the next spring, 2003, I started training again. And again, I completed the walk, totally exhausted. I took 2 days off of work and still determined and inspired by the process. So I think, well, why wait for spring to start training again? So I just started training all year round. And the 2004 walk, I finished, I was exhausted, but I only took 1 day off of work. And I was still inspired and determined and continued with that. The 2005 walk, I didn't take any days off of work. And I was realizing in my own body that I was getting stronger, my fatigue was less, I was becoming more flexible, and my day-to-day function was improving over time. It took a long time, but I was realizing the training effect. But I also realized that I felt very alone. And I felt very alone because even though some of you have participated in fundraising activities and exercise, there's not very many of us out there. And I started to think, why? Well, here I just had come out of the depths of being out of shape and overweight. But I also noticed that there's a lot of people wearing the red rubber bands with hope. And don't get me wrong, hope is very, very important, but just hope doesn't do it. Hope is very passive. If you think hope is something, you carry a cell phone hoping somebody will call you. You buy a lottery ticket hoping that you'll win the big one. Or you sit in the stands hoping that your favorite sports team will win. Those are very passive activities. And again, hope is very important, but just hope doesn't do it. So when the MS Society developed the Join the Movement program, it was beyond hope, meaning that they were starting to use active words like join and move and energize and mobilize and activate and advocate. And it was with that I realized that I came up with this idea of having a MS fitness team. Now, the criteria for joining this team is that you have to have MS, you have to exercise at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and any type of exercise, various forms of exercise. You have to raise at least $250 a year, and you have to volunteer at least 25 hours a year to make the team. And you have to make the team every year. So if you start working today and work toward those goals and meet those criteria, you can be a member of the 2009 MS Fitness team. But you have to do that the following year. I realize that this type of program is very new, and there also needs some support, so we're also developing through the MS Society a MS Fitness Club, which will be basically a support group kind of format to help people with their problems with exercise, and obviously collaborate with their healthcare providers in doing those things. So my message is, for those of you who are in that situation, stop, get out of your lazy boy, stop eating bonbons and watching Oprah all day long, just hoping for a cure. Get out and not just ask what the MS Society can do for you, but what you can do for the MS Society. And our motto is, join the movement, make the team, and be the difference you wish to see. And always remember what my license plate says: MS sucks.